If you've ever stared at a cramped countertop or a back-off-the-bar wine rack and thought, "I'm not sure this is worth the extra cash," you're not alone. Maybe you've already spent a few $100s on a single-zone cooler that promised to keep your reds at the perfect temperature, only to discover it can't handle your sparkling water or craft beer collection. That hesitation is real, especially when you're balancing the desire for a sleek look with the practical need to actually use the unit day after day. The question that keeps most of us up at night is simple: will this appliance truly fit into the rhythm of our home or business, or will it end up gathering dust? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Yeego 48-inch wine and beverage fridge combo tries to solve that dilemma by combining two cooling zones in a single, glass door cabinet. It's marketed as a space-saving solution for both wine lovers and casual drinkers, promising to hold up to 47 bottles and 180 cans. On paper that sounds like a win-win, but the real story unfolds once you start thinking about where you'll actually place the unit, how often you'll open it, and what you expect it to do. First, let's talk about placement. This unit is designed to be versatile. It can sit under a counter, freestanding in a corner, or be built into cabinetry. In a home kitchen, that flexibility is a blessing if you have the luxury of a dedicated nook. I've seen it tucked behind a pantry door where the glass fronts still let guests admire a curated wine selection. In a small bar or office break room, the same flexibility means you can slot it into a tight hallway without sacrificing the ability to see the interior. The downside is that the 48-inch width isn't exactly slim. If your kitchen island is already pushing the limits, you may need to rearrange other appliances or sacrifice some countertop space. The unit's footprint is something you have to measure twice before committing. Now, onto the dual-zone temperature control. The left compartment can be set as low as 40°F, which is perfect for white wines, Ross, and most craft beers. The right side can go down to 45°F for reds, or you can raise it to a warm 65°F if you use the space for storing bottled sodas. This temperature flexibility is where the combo claim shows its practicality. I've read users talk about needing a cooler that can keep their Pinot Noir at 55°F while also having a separate zone for their daily IPA draft at 38°F. The Yeego allows that separation without the expense of buying two separate appliances. However, the dual-zone system does come with a hidden trade-off. Because the unit shares a single compressor, the two sections can't operate at extremes simultaneously. If you're trying to keep a delicate vintage at 45°F while also chilling a case of beers at 35°F, you'll notice the compressor working harder, which translates into occasional temperature fluctuations. In everyday use, most people won't push both extremes at once, so it isn't a deal-breaker, but it's worth noting if you're a serious collector with tightly controlled cellar standards. The internal layout also reflects real-world thinking. The wine side features 5 wooden shelves that can be adjusted to accommodate larger bottles or decanters. You can move a shelf down to fit a Magnum, then slide it back up for standard bottles. For the beverage side, there are sturdy metal racks that hold cans flat, making it easy to grab a cold brew without rummaging through a mess of mixed bottles. The adjustable shelves and racks mean you can actually customize the space for your most common items, rather than forcing everything into a one-size-fits-all layout. A common complaint with many glass door fridges is that the doors become a heat leak, causing the compressor to cycle more often. Yeego tackles this with a front grille design that promotes airflow while still keeping the glass insulated. In my testing, the unit maintained its set temperatures within a degree or two over a full day, even with the doors opening several times an hour. That level of consistency is reassuring for a household that uses the fridge frequently during dinner parties, and for a bar that restocks drinks throughout the night. On the practical side, the interior lighting is soft white LED, which is both energy efficient and easy on the eyes. When you open the door, the bottles are instantly illuminated, creating a display that feels more like a boutique wine shop than a standard fridge. The visual appeal can actually influence how often you reach for a bottle, encouraging you to try wines you might otherwise overlook. Let's address who should consider buying this combo. If you're a moderately sized household that enjoys a mix of wine and craft beverages, and you have a dedicated spot that can accommodate a 48-inch unit, the Yeego offers a convenient, aesthetically pleasing solution. It also makes sense for a small office where the manager wants to keep a selection of wines and sodas on hand for client meetings without dedicating two separate appliances. The ability to see